All right, welcome back to House of Prep. My name's Jerry. I live here in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, and we shop a lot of different stores: Aldi's, Kroger's, Walmart, HG Hill, some of the local stores. And this is Thursday. Good morning to you. And this is the chance for you to jump in the comments, give your updates, let us know how things are looking. I mean, prices are still climbing, and I want to talk about that chicken on my thumbnail here in just a second. But jump in the comments. We talk about gas prices. We can talk about any shortages, items that you have trouble with trying to find. Maybe it's something going on. Maybe you have a big prep success and such. But go ahead and jump in the comments now while I'm talking, and you can start typing out or wait till I'm done. It doesn't matter. But let's talk about that thumbnail. Chicken prices, chicken breast. How many times have you heard me over the last couple years talk about the chicken breast at Walmart staying $1.99 a pound? And I know other stores run sales, and you could find them cheaper at one point. But through everything, through the pandemic, through the shutdowns, through price increases galore everywhere, it was holding fast. Even on my last week's Thursday video, it was still, at least here in my region, my local area, it was still $1.99 a pound. It is now $2.28 a pound. It's moved. That's the first time it has ever gone above $1.99 that I've seen, that I've noticed, and that looks like that's going to be here to stay. I don't believe that that's a one-time price increase, probably from here on. So the days of the low prices are slowly disappearing. Wave goodbye, because things keep going up. Even the cheap food, the food that everybody was buying, it was starting to fly off the shelves. The prices on those now are also going up. They're no longer as cheap as they were. Hopefully those that like to pressure can, you have already been doing that like gangbusters. I know a lot of you have. Pat yourself on the back. You were able to capture those prices over these last few years. If you've been stocking up, you've saved yourself some money. So congratulations on that. Let's talk about some different options. You could get generic brands, and I know every store you go probably has, some kind of an off-brand or name brand or whatever of canned chicken. That's an option. Obviously, you can freeze some, but you're only going to be able to freeze so much. It only lasts so long in the freezer as far as the quality before it starts to deteriorate. And if you run the risk of a power outage or such, you're in a panic mode, trying to take care of all of your frozen foods. So yes, I keep chicken breast in the freezer, but I also have cans. I have some that are on the cheaper side, and I also keep some that's on the more expensive side, and a lot of you are familiar with the Keystone. Chicken you can still find. Before I made this video, I jumped on the Walmart app because a lot of Walmarts do carry these, though a lot of you have said you can no longer find any of the meats in your stores. Some of you never have. I know sometimes it's regional. But right now, Walmart, all they're having is for like $7.50 a can is chicken and pork. And those prices have gone up. Even buying the canned meat. So fresh meat, canned meat, jarred meat, pressure canned meat, frozen meat, whatever it is, prices from here on, just get ready. They're going up, and supply and things could be more limited. As you're seeing with the beef, good luck trying to find the ground beef, Keystone. Few of you have been able to say, I've found some. You've got a little honey hole somewhere. People aren't gobbling it up, so that's your opportunity to stay stocked up on that if you'd like. That's your option. The shredded beef, that one's sometimes hit or miss, but right now online, neither one of those. I think they were trying to sell a large can for $45 a can. Don't click that. All right, if you see that, stay away from that. That's not a good deal. Like I said, roughly, you could roughly find them, $5, $6, $7 a can. Nowadays, they're gone up $6, $7, $8 a can, maybe $9 in some areas, some regions. So let's shift gears just a little bit. I heard, as I'm walking through the store, and I'll talk about that, I heard a gentleman, he must have been talking to his wife. I want to say that it was his wife, and he was trying to help find something for her And I could hear we happen. You know how you're kind of following the same people aisle after aisle, and you just kind of intertwine, and you kind of get to know each other, right? But you start overhearing things, and not that you're eavesdropping, but when they're talking on the phone, they're a little loud, and we were getting through the store, and I heard him make a comment, and they don't even have that kind. Like he whatever it was she was wanting, he wasn't able to find her plan A or a plan B or a plan C, anything that she was trying to find, or maybe replacements or substitutes for. Poor guy was struggling, all right? And it wasn't for a lack of trying, I can testify. He was trying hard, okay? He wanted to find what his wife wanted, but he just couldn't find it. They were out of stock and on several things that he was looking for. And I wished I could have heard what it was. I was interested. I should have asked him, say, hey, what are you looking for? Hey, can I videotape you and do an interview? I mean, maybe, you never know unless you ask, right? But I shied away. But that was just other things that I observe when I'm in there. I like to observe. I like to pay attention to my surroundings. And I hear things. I hear people talk. I hear employees make comments sometimes. And that's just kind of the status we're in. Now, the oversupply of the store, look, you can still buy pretty much everything you want. But let's say you want eggs. Yeah, they have eggs. But my 18 count of eggs is now just over $4.50 a carton. It's almost $5. Some of you are already paying $5 for an 18 count eggs. Eggs are going up. We talked about the chicken going up. Well, the eggs, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Which one went up first? And I think some of the eggs went up first in my area. Now the chicken's right behind it. So the egg's the leader. It's going up in price. Look, everything's going up and down the aisles, everything I'm looking at. Some of you have said that you don't go to the store a lot. Sometimes you don't pay attention to the prices. And then one day you did, and you were blown away by all the price increases that were going up in your area. Pasta, for some reason, spaghetti noodles and things like that, still just very, very slim. Sometimes it's hard to find the cheaper brands and things, but I did pick up a little box of some this week because I wanted to stay prepped up with my preps, fill in the holes, and I stayed stocked up on what I needed. Canned goods looked a lot better this week, at least in my neck of the woods. Okay, canned goods, a little bit better. Soups are way better. Man, soups had been so decimated over the months, almost a year. Just always slim pickings on the soups. Sometimes none of a certain kind. Way better looking today. It was encouraging because for people that like to slowly add to your preps, you like to see that. You like to see that there's supply, okay? And that keeps the ball rolling for things that you need. Real quick, I got a prep item that I'd ordered. I'd went on Amazon. If I remember, I'll put a link just so you can check it out if you're interested or curious to look more into what I got. From time to time, if you get an extra 10, 15, 20 bucks, and you decide, I want to apply this towards something. And for me, when I do that, I like to put it towards something that's a little more like long-term and something that I can buy, toss it into a plastic tote, keep it up in a closet in a temperature-controlled environment, and keep it put up. And usually I like these little small Mountain House packs. Now they come in all kinds. You get multi-packs. You can get the canisters of them. It's just a brand that I like. I'm kind of brand loyal. Once I find something that I enjoy, I find something that I like. I like to branch out and try more and more of what they have. And this one's a granola. Okay, it says on here granola with milk and blueberries. It is freeze dried. I did look at the date stamp on here. And the date stamp on here does say February of 2052. If I'm still around, this is still rocking, okay? If I'm still here in 2052, we'll have an old house of prep here. But I'll be able to open up this pack and enjoy it as if I had just bought it that day. Now, one of the things that I've never had one of these, this type of flavor. What kind of steered me to want to try this is, it kind of reminds me of more of a breakfasty type food, more of a light food in the morning, getting started. And when I had read the instructions, it's a half cup of cold water. Normally with these little packs, like if you're going hiking or backpacking, and you want to toss one of these in or to-go bag or get home bag. The meals, you know, like your dinners and lunches, require the hot water. Excuse me. Excuse me, allergy season. So they require the hot water. This one's cold water. So I thought, well, that's a good change of pace. And it's a more of a colder meal, a lighter meal, especially if it's hot outside. And, you know, you pour in the cold water and stir it up, you know, make sure everything's, you know, got the liquid on it and everything's mixed up real good, and it's ready to eat right out of the pouch. So I like that about that. It adds a little bit more fibers. Yeah, it still has some sodium. It still has some added sugar. But check it out. You know, if that's something you're interested in, maybe one day I'll do a review on one of these on video, on camera, right? But just slowly but surely, just you continue to add something, you know, variety. I don't just stock only freeze dried. That's just a small percentage of what I, you know, try to, to add up. But it's one of my irons in the fire. And it's something that I don't have to worry about rotating. I don't have to worry about, you know, going through it as long as it's stocked up at a cool place and just store it and forget it. You don't even have to touch it. You leave it until you want it. Well, that's it, guys. Look, I hope you guys are having a great week. It's almost the weekend time, believe it or not. Again, time's flying. So you guys take care and hit the thumbs up on the way out the door if you don't mind. I'll talk to you all later. All right, bye-bye now.